More than 100 of America's biggest bosses
I just hope I can keep up with the guys.
have gone undercover in their own companies.
Glad it wasn't as easy as it looks.
Lift me up!
I'm about to just flip out here.
I would almost swear you look like somebody else.
Right here, right now, we're gonna shut the restaurant down.
More than $20 million has been awarded to employees.
So I have a check for $250,000.
Oh my.
And millions of lives
I'm gonna pay off the mortgage.
changed forever.
For real?
This is real. The greatest reward is to see people live their dream.
That's a life changer.
Tonight
Oh, man, that's a big one.
on Undercover Boss,
We have drugs, everything.
the newly elected mayor of Shreveport, Louisiana,
I feel older.
is on a mission to turn his troubled city around,
We haven't had anybody shot, but shot at, of course.
to crack down on crime.
What I've learned from them, they like the officer presence.
Right now, crime going crazy.
Unearth the big problems his team is facing
Put on the brake. You've got to remember not to panic.
and find a way to fix the city for a brighter future.
You have to turn any kids away?
Unfortunately, I have to.
Going undercover, he'll be facing down fires,
There we go.
dealing with the harsh realities,
Who paying for the snacks?
It comes out of my pocket because the snack could be the last meal.
and hearing the hard truths.
These people in charge just don't get it. They've never been there. If you've been there one time, you'll never forget it.
But how will his coworkers react
Are you serious?
when they discover that he's really the mayor?
There's almost no words to explain.
All this next on Undercover Boss.
I am Adrian Perkins. I'm the mayor of Shreveport, Louisiana. I am the second youngest mayor in Shreveport's history. I started when I was 32. I am in charge of roughly 3,000 employees, and we have 13 city departments. Shreveport's the third largest city in Louisiana. We have around 200,000 residents, so it's a lot of responsibilities.
Shreveport, back in the 1930s, was a successful oil and gas town with a booming economy and famous music scene. It's where Elvis started his career. But by the 1980s, the good times had come to an end. The economy crashed and the oil and gas companies left. Today, the city is struggling.
The last 30 or so years, Shreveport has lost about 30,000 jobs. It devastates the morale of a community. When people are in poverty, you see crime rates go up. There was 60 homicides in Shreveport last year. I ran for mayor to change the fortunes of my beloved hometown, to improve the underfunded public services and reduce the crime rate. I am born and raised right here in Shreveport, Louisiana. My father left when I was about 4 years old. My mom, she raised me and my two older brothers by working multiple jobs. There's some painful memories. A lot of times we struggled to make sure we had enough food. She would set the table for me and my brothers and we wouldn't even see her eat. So I really saw hard work and sacrifice at a very early age through my mother. And then 9/11 happened when I was a junior. And I kind of made the decision that I would go and serve and protect the country. So went to West Point, learned how to be an artillery officer. I went to Iraq. I was a platoon leader over roughly 30 soldiers. I was 23 years old with that kind of responsibility. And I was promoted to captain. And I went to Afghanistan twice. After that, I was ready for another challenge. Fortunately enough, I got accepted to the Harvard Law School. I was always set on coming back to Shreveport. I love the city. And I've been watching Shreveport, and I saw some of the decline. I knew that maybe some of my leadership could kind of get us out of the rut that they were in. So ultimately, that's what pushed me to go out and be bold and run for mayor. I won this election with 64% of the vote. To fix this city, I need to get down to the individual employee level to see what's going on. And the best way to do that is by going undercover. Y'all want some coffee? Anybody? Coffee?
No.
Too late. Not too much? All right. So invited everybody here to let you know something. I've been keeping a bit of a secret. I am going to be on the show Undercover Boss. So that's what this is. Yeah. So the person I'm gonna be, my name will be Wayne Oliver. Yeah. And I work for a steel company, but I got displaced by technology, so I'm trying to find another profession.
How do you know they're not gonna recognize you?
There are no guarantees, but once you see the outfit, it's gonna be pretty convincing that I'm not me.
Are you ready to become Wayne?
I am ready for my transformation. Nice. Going undercover in our departments will allow me to see the day-to-day activity of my workers. As the mayor, I intimidate them sometimes and they won't disclose things. When they don't think they're talking to the boss, I can get that raw feedback. Going back to my military time, I did with special operations missions. I am pretty confident that I'll be able to keep this under wraps. Looks like. Here we go. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I feel older. This is Wayne. So I'm gonna have to walk a lot slower. So y'all think it's gonna work now? To go undercover, I will be assuming the identity of Wayne, an out-of-work steel mill foreman. My employees think that Wayne is taking part of a TV show for people looking for new careers.
Well, good luck. We will see you.
All right. Alrighty. So this is my first time out being Wayne, and I'm confident about this disguise. Today I'm going undercover in Shreveport Fire Department. A fire department is very important in just about any city. We have 22 stations looking after 200,000 citizens. Last year there were over 44,000 call-outs. Our fire department is one of Shreveport's first lines of defense, but is underfunded. Half of our fire trucks in the city are over 15 years old. Louisiana has the second lowest pay for firefighters in the U.S., making it hard to keep them. So I need to go undercover to experience firsthand the realities of being a firefighter and see what we can realistically improve. Today I'll be working with Dylan. He's a fire engineer, and I really want to get the inside scoop, so I'm hoping he's open and honest. I'm Wayne, how you doing?
Hey Wayne, Dylan, nice
Good to see you.
Where you from?
I'm from Georgia. Yeah, just left a steel plant, man. Got fired, but looking for another career, so wanted to check you guys out.
Yeah, man, we'll go over the truck, and as a matter of fact, we'll pull it outside, and if you meet me right out there, I'll pull it around, we'll go over it.
All right, good. I'll see you in a second.
When he first walked in, my first impression was that he was slightly older for a rookie fireman. It's a physical job. It's gonna put him to the test. He's gonna feel the pressure. It's not just walking in and putting the wet stuff on the red stuff. You're the firefighter today, right? So you gotta be able to put on your gear.
Yep.
And the way that we do it in the academy is you have to have all your gear on within 2 minutes. I'll walk you through what you need to do and how you need to do it. Kick off your boots, throw that Nomex on your head, right? Put your pants on, suspenders, tie in, buckle up, then your jacket, and then your pack. Okay. You're gonna throw it over your shoulders, drop it on, tight, tie it in right here. Same thing, and you're good to go.
Awesome. I'm a super competitive person, so I had to beat the 2-minute mark.
Mark, set, go.
All right. Because of my time in the Army, I'm used to getting geared up. So I put a lot of energy into it.
Now imagine doing that at 3 o'clock in the morning when you was just asleep. You gotta buckle your pants.
It is very heavy and it's very hot. Man, there's so many pieces to this.
So many pieces.
You can imagine the sun is already hot out here, and then putting on that heavy jacket and the heavy pants.
Do your neck piece?
But I get that they need that protection to go in the fire. All right.
There you go. That right there is 1:35. You did pretty good,
All right. Man, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
It'll be a little bit slower, probably.
What's really fun is when you make one at 3 o'clock in the morning, then you make one at 6:30 again. You gotta put your wet gear right back on.
Oh, how many pairs of gear do you guys get?
We get 1 pair
So
right
y'all
now.
can't switch up if you get back to the
Nope.
station and put on anything new?
No, sir, unfortunately.
They only have one uniform to go out into a fire with, so if they go and fight a fire and they come back and they get another call, they gotta put their wet, sweaty uniform on with potential carcinogens in it from a fire. So the fact that they don't have redundant uniforms, everybody doesn't have at least 2, that's something that really alarms me.
We'll train at the station every day. We'll get to work and we'll do some kind of an hour EMS stuff and a couple hours of fire stuff to stay efficient, and to stay knowledgeable in your craft.
Copy, engine 13 on scene. Have a two-story brick building with heavy smoke and fire from the east side.
Let's go.
This is one of our fire department's regular training exercises. Getting this gear on under pressure is a whole different ballgame.
Oh, Wayne! Oh, Wayne, it's burning!
I'm the mayor of Shreveport, and I'm going undercover in my city's fire department.
Copy, engine 13.
Let's go.
Right now, we're going out on one of the regular training exercises where response time is everything. We got here, it was dark, everybody was running. You could tell they knew exactly what they were doing. I wasn't as fast, but they were lightning. I mean, they probably were in the truck within like 30 seconds. But I'm still outside, like, struggling with my pants.
Oh, Wayne!
And I'm grabbing the jackets.
Oh, Wayne, it's burning!
In that scenario, we had 3 people on the truck already. If he's taking that long, if it's burning, deuces. See you later.
In the truck, sirens on, knowing that we were headed to fight a fire. You get a little anxiety because you don't know exactly what you're gonna be doing, how crazy this fire is gonna be. It was a lot of adrenaline. Oh man, that's a big one.
Grab this. Come on. Pull. Pull, 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 pull. Pull. There we go. Leg it out.
We got here, it was dark. Everybody was running out. You could tell they knew exactly what they were doing. I guess that's the point of regular training exercises. I'm just hoping I can keep up.
Okay, what do I do? Let's lead. Well, the air out. All right, close it. Come here. Close it, look to your right.
Dylan is monitoring the water pressure. I was the rookie big time.
This smoke is hot. Yes, sir. Smoke is steaming.
When we were out there, it got really, really hot, and I could feel myself kind of sweating. I understand now why 2 suits would really help our firemen. I did get a bit of an adrenaline rush. Just felt my heart beating a little quickly.
Come all the way out.
You still know that, hey, it's a fire actually burning, and this is a pretty dangerous job.
Ready to charge line?
Everybody was just moving like clockwork, you know, people running into the building. It was impressive to watch.
I guess we're good.
The thing that stood out to me the most was how well trained our fire department is.
Good job.
It made me very proud.
It's a cool job.
It was a little harder than he thought it was going to be.
I'm hot as hell. I know.
He listened, he engaged, and he did what I said to do. Keep it going. That's what we need in this kind of job. We need a guy that's willing to get his hands dirty. You know, you work up an appetite.
Oh, yeah, I'm starving.
Someone's got to cook, so that's going to be you.
All right. We got to brown this for a bit. So you're on swing shift right now, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that difficult?
It doesn't really bother me. 5 days off does allow you the time to spend with your kids.
How old are you?
I got a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old, and my daughter runs cross country, and my son's big into football. So he's a big old Saints fan.
Oh, man.
So family's the most important thing. We didn't do a whole lot when I was a kid. Not the easiest childhood, for sure, right? It kind of makes you appreciate things.
Oh, yeah.
So I try to give my kids a lot. Swimming, hiking, flying, just whatever we can do, we like to go do it. And that's why I work. I work so they can live a good life.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they appreciate the time with you
right.
as well. All right, I think these noodles are done.
All right.
If Dylan had a tough childhood, I can understand why he wants something better for his children. He gets those off days that he gets to dedicate to spending time with them. He's always wanted to be a firefighter. His heart is definitely in it. Do you get nervous on the job at all, or?
Sometimes it is unsafe out there, for sure. Not long ago, a guy walked up and pointed a gun. The driver just took off, and the side mirror knocked the gun out of his hand.
Oh, man.
And he was able to drive off. We haven't had anybody shot, but shot at, of course.
It's definitely concerning that in their emergency responses that some people would pull the gun on them. You just don't want our firemen to be put in, harm's way. Our firefighters already have a tough job with low pay. I need to make them feel as safe as possible on duty. Today I'm going undercover at the Airport Park Recreational Center. I grew up in Shreveport. I know how rough the streets here can be. I could have gone a million other directions given the neighborhood that I grew up in. The title of my campaign was Leadership for the Future. A big part of our future is going to be our kids. I want to make sure that our rec center, we're really targeting our youth, keeping them engaged and just doing positive things. I'm here today visiting Gerald, one of our managers.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Wayne.
Coach Brown, man.
Good to meet
Pleasure
you,
to meet you, man.
I ain't been to Shreveport long, so I just want to check it out, looking for a job.
Hey, I'd be happy to show you around. I don't know if you're familiar with recreation centers, but this one of the centers kept me out of trouble. This used to be my sanctuary right here, man.
Okay, you play a little basketball?
Yeah.
How many kids typically come through here?
On a daily, anywhere between 50 and 70 kids. Right now, Shreveport, they got a crime going crazy. So it's a safe haven for kids. It gives them somewhere to come other than looking at negative role models. And when I say negative role models, I'm talking about drug dealers and wannabe gangbangers.
This is a low-income neighborhood. If those kids can't go to that recreational center, there's no telling what they're doing instead.
I'm gonna introduce some of my kids. This is the front part, man. I want y'all to meet Mr. Wayne. Yeah.
What did you do before you came here?
I worked in a steel factory. Y'all know what steel is? The material?
First impression, he looked like a hard-working guy. Very humble, seemed like he had a good heart and that passion for kids, too.
Don't hit nobody in the head, throw it low. Oh, they trying to get you, coach. What's up?
Gerald is extremely animated with the kids.
Oh, what?
Very, very active.
Coach, give me the ball.
So I'm like sweating throughout my shirt.
Coach.
You can't beat it.
I love it.
I love it, man. With that right there,
oh yeah,
I want to stay here where I can make a difference.
Yeah,
because you see it on their face, that love. I see 90% moms and only a few dads. So it's important to have a positive male role model.
To the circle.
Gerald, he's seriously like a dad, uncle figure to all the kids.
Have y'all been doing what we talked about at camp? About the bullying when you got somebody that's talking about your parents? Do they know anything about your parents? Do not fall in that trap.
He's teaching them hard work, getting along with people, staying out of trouble.
Now, before y'all leave, y'all get Coach Wayne a hug. Don't knock him down now.
Watching him in action, I learned a lot. Kind of a jewel within our SPAR department, you know, showing our kids something positive.
So that love, right?
So much. If we had hundreds of Geralds, I think we'd be even a stronger city government than what we are.
Hey, don't knock nobody over. Hey.
A lot of space over here.
Yeah, but it's not a football field. Football teams, they need places to practice. Wish I had more, you know, but you gotta utilize what you got.
Although Airport Park, they have a lot of facilities there. What they could really use is like a soccer field or a football field. There's some improvements that we can make there.
In the summer, I have over 100 kids, man.
Whoa, you have to turn the kids away?
Unfortunately, I have to.
Okay.
Because if I didn't, I have 300 kids.
Oh, man.
I don't want to miss no kids, but the reality, we gon' miss some.
Coach Brown, he's extending himself as far as he can, and he still has to turn some kids away, which saddens me. So that's very important for me to look into to see if we can expand those programs in any way.
Coming up, the mayor comes face to face with some harsh realities.
Who's paying for the snacks?
It comes out of my pocket.
Sometimes you just gotta go in your pocket.
And here's about the fight against crime in Shreveport.
We have drugs. There was that stabbing.
I'm the mayor of Shreveport, and I'm going undercover in my own city. Today, I'm undercover in Shreveport's recreation centers with manager Gerald. Hollywood Heights is one of our centers where kids can go after school if no one is home. I went to something similar growing up, so this program is very close to my heart.
Hey, Nicole, how you doing?
I'm good.
I'm Wayne.
Okay, nice to meet you
You
too.
as well.
School days, we have the after-school program.
The kids do their homework.
What's your favorite subject? Social study.
Coloring.
Coloring is your favorite thing?
After homework, we allow them to play games.
And when they out there playing kickball, do they have footballs?
Well, we have donations, and people come in. We go in our own pockets.
So what do you go in your pocket for?
Football, pool sticks.
Something else that I learned today that's very, very troublesome to me is that they're paying out of their pocket, not from the city budget.
Because sometimes put in a request order.
Okay.
And you can put 3 basketballs, 2 footballs. But you got to put that order in, and it sits on this desk.
Okay.
And it sits on that desk before it's even signed down.
Who paying for the snacks?
It comes out of my pocket, and I make sure the kids have snacks every day they come in, because I don't know, the snack could be the last meal.
Sometimes you just got to go in your pocket.
I just don't think that's acceptable. I don't think that's in line with my campaign.
See y'all later. All right.
It's just something that I really got to think about to see how we can possibly help out. I'm halfway through my undercover mission, and today I'm on my way to visit with the Shreveport Police Department. My big campaign promises was reducing crime. Today I'll be able to really dig down and see what's going on, and more importantly, to see how police officers are interacting with the citizens of Shreveport. The toughest thing for me as mayor is being the cheerleader for the city, making sure our citizens are really trusting our police officers to keep them safe. And I'm gonna be working alongside Jason, the community liaison officer and also one of the mounted police officers.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good.
I'm Jason, welcome.
I appreciate you guys taking the time.
Good, man. You want to go ahead and get started?
I do, yeah.
Good. So what I'd like to do today is we'll clean out a couple of these stalls.
All right, I'm ready to get to work. Started off at the bottom rung, shoveling poop. I'm having a hard time trying to determine what's the poop in the dirt. Yeah, it's some big horses. Most of the police officers just are in their cars riding around. So I'm guessing you get a lot of opportunities to get out because you're on the horse.
Yeah,
talk to people.
With this, it really is an icebreaker, which is great. And the horse is just part of it. We're on what's called a community policing. They want those officers that they see every day, that they know they can talk to, that they can trust.
Mounted patrols offer such an asset because it's forcing officers to get out there and know the community while being on patrol. So you get to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Hi, Mr. Wayne.
Yeah.
Are you saying you were a steel worker?
Yeah, so I was a foreman at a steel plant.
I was a fabricator, a welder for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's similar.
He keeps asking me these really tricky questions. I'm kind of starting to get worried. I volunteered to go and dump the poop. And as I was coming back, I overheard a conversation in the horse stable.
Yeah, it took me a while. I was like, wait a minute. Think like we're supposed to act like we don't know or something.
I'm pretty confident right now that the cover story is blown.
So what do you think?
I'm loving it. I'm loving
Awesome.
it. But I thought I heard you say something earlier. I just want to talk about it.
Sure, let's talk about it.
Who do you think that I am?
I think you're the mayor.
Well, Jason, I got to tell you, you're right. I am the mayor.
It was pretty obvious. The stuff that, we're trained to look for in policing, you can't hide those things. It was there.
The police department is near and dear to my heart. I wanted to go undercover because I wanted that raw, unfiltered feedback from you. I really want to know what you think.
No, sir, I promise you. One thing I can be is honest. It'll be respectful, but it'll definitely be the truth. He said that he wants to really look to see how he can truly make the police department better. I suggest, sir, that we go take a ride and actually go through the community, and we can have a real conversation about, what can be done.
That sounds perfect.
So, okay,
Yep,
let's
go.
go.
Jason knows who I really am at this point, but the citizens don't. So I'm hoping that I can maintain cover with them and really get to see how they're going to interact with him in a very kind of unfiltered way, and to see how he's engaging the citizens as well.
Some of the sweetest, most wonderful people are in this area. I'm proud to work here. There's a lot of struggles, there's a lot of issues. We have drugs recently. There was that stabbing, and a couple days later, there was that shooting.
Historically, there has been a lack of trust with our police, mending those historical wounds that exist. Because I would say that's one of the biggest challenges. Jason, if you had a magic wand, what would you do?
You know, I used to just think when I first started as a police officer, we make arrests, we write tickets, we enforce. But it's so much more than that. People worry about safety. So really what a community officer is, to really make people feel safe, make people feel comfortable. And I get it now, my son is 2. It changed everything for me when I had a son.
Yeah.
Just being a father, that's probably helped me be a police officer even more. Hey, how y'all doing?
Community liaison officers right now are very important to me.
Oh, okay. I'm Jason, by the way. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
And to see Jason in action and how he's engaging citizens. This will be a rare opportunity for me to experience a side of policing rarely, if ever, get to experience.
Hi,
so,
Diana.
Good to meet you, Diana. How you doing? I gotta ask a question. So I'm interested in being a police officer, but this isn't what I typically see on TV. You know, police officers engaging with the community in a positive way. Is this typically your interactions with police? Is it really good?
Yeah, you have to engage with them too. You know, like you see.
Does it make you feel safer when they're
Oh gosh, yes.
Okay, good.
I think it takes the community
Oh, it
working
does.
with
It
us,
takes
but
people willing to step forward, talk to the police, tell them what you see, what you don't see.
It's a two-way street, so police being responsive, being present, and you all, okay, good.
Yeah.
What I've learned from being on patrol with Jason is that community policing is going to take the police and the neighborhood working together. Something that we have to look into is how do we sustain those interactions between the community liaison officers and our city. If we had more police officers doing that when I was younger, you know, I would have had a much better perception of police officers from an early age. Although I got busted today, I've still gained a lot of insight. So I'm more dedicated than ever on making sure that all the police officers are really bringing themselves closer to the community and hoping that the community returns it.
Coming up,
Push up and down.
the mayor has a rough ride.
You see some of these people in charge and they just don't get it. They've never been there.
I'm the mayor of Shreveport, going undercover in my own city. Today I'll be working with my park maintenance team, and they do things like cutting grass and maintaining parks. Shreveport's population has been declining for some years. I'm a big believer that if we look good, it makes the place feel safer and more prosperous. So it's more likely to attract new residents and businesses. Park maintenance looks after 125,000 square miles of city land and over 60 parks on a very tight budget. They have a lot of responsibility. They're constantly just kind of spinning their wheels to try to maintain as much as possible. Today I'm going undercover to see how morale is doing. I want to make sure that our employees are motivated to maintain our city as best as possible. I'll be shadowing Mary. She's been with park maintenance for over a year. So I'm going to be seeing what she does on a day-to-day basis.
Hello.
Hey, I'm Wayne. How you
Hi,
doing?
Wayne. I'm Mary. It's nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
I heard you was a steel worker.
Yeah, I was. Unfortunately, got laid off, so just trying to find some work.
Been there, done that.
Okay.
Today, we're going to take Wayne over to teach him what driving the tractor could entail and what would be expected of him. It's real simple. Your gears over here, you got to push up and down. Look, do that when you find the middle.
Okay, got you.
It's not in part. Okay, put your clutch in.
Clutch on. Yeah.
Now you come off the clutch and you hang on and you watch what you do. Put on the brake. Immediately, okay, you got to remember not to panic.
Mary was very thorough in teaching me how to drive the tractor.
It's all about the clutch foot releasing more gentle.
She covered every single possible base.
Put your clutch and brake back in.
Oh, there we go.
Good, there we go. Don't try to do no fancy turning.
I'm gonna keep it straight.
I noticed his nerves seem to be up. It's not just super easy to do.
I'm going around the pole.
Well, any way you want to go. Just don't hit the pole.
I will not, I promise.
Use the gas.
Okay.
You don't want to see the tractor go careening off a hill with somebody in it. You can't just throw somebody in on something like this.
It can be complicated.
Right. And all you have to do to stop it is clutch and brake.
We'll just
Ready? Put the clutch all the way in first, always. Were you comfortable with that?
I was.
Okay.
The park's employees don't just make our city beautiful, they also are expected to maintain their equipment.
Engine-wise, first thing you're always supposed to do, we have these air filters. And with this wand, when you're trying to get dirt out, I'll let you do that.
Okay.
It's not bad. You're not seeing a lot come out.
Mary's showing me how to check the oil.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. How to fix a light. It's going in.
Looks good.
How to lift the blades up in the back that cut the grass.
Oh, I see it.
Pull it towards
Look
it.
back,
Oh. I'm grateful because Mary is saving the city money by keeping these machines in tip-top condition. She's really giving her all into this job.
I have a trailer. I've been a single parent for years.
Okay.
I've barely made a living. If I had the money, I could go back to school.
I don't even know what I'd do if I
But
went
you
back to
can't-
school. Do you know?
can't- Yeah, I do. I thought about IT.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. For somebody that's so smart, that knows their tractor back and forth, not to have the opportunity to go to school, that kind of breaks my heart a bit. What do you guys do for lunch around here?
Well, that gazebo area would be good.
All right.
When I got this job with the city, I was really happy because I'd lost the job I had before that. And I was raising twins on my own. It's not easy out there.
You struggled too when I was growing up. Are you making enough of the city to kind of see a way out, or?
Yeah, slowly, if I'm careful. I've got places in my trailer that need to be fixed. There's at least 3 spots. If they weren't covered up, you can see down through the ground. It's cold. It's cold
My
as heck.
grandmother lived in a trailer
Yeah.
and experienced some of the same things.
Yeah. The wood is rotted. The roof needs to be replaced. Grand total, it's going to cost me about $4,000 or $5,000.
We can't afford to pay our employees a ton of money. So for me to, be the mayor of this city and to know that I have employees that are struggling in that manner, I mean, it's hard.
I feel like people are constantly walking around on eggshells thinking that they're going to lose their job. You're very disposable. Your self-confidence is ruined, and you start completely over, and you're blown away. And
You okay?
yeah. I'm sorry.
What? No, it's okay.
But you see some of these people in charge, and they just don't get it. They've never been there. If you've been there one time, you'll never forget it.
Oh, yeah. Hearing Mary's story, living paycheck to paycheck, reminded me of my own mother. It's really one of the reasons why I wanted to go undercover. Even if we come up short on giving our employees raises, at a minimum, we can make sure that they feel valued. We wouldn't be this community without people like Mary. Goodbye, Wayne. Going undercover, there were some things that I learned from my employees that shocked me. I was surprised to learn that Shreveport firefighters actually didn't feel safe on the job. Staff at our rec centers are paying out of their own pockets, and employees are feeling undervalued. It's made me realize how much I need to do. I'm about to reveal my true identity to the people I work with this week, and I've asked for everyone to meet me one last time.
Hey, so what's going on?
Well, I do know it's for a TV show, my second career.
They think they are coming to be interviewed about their time spent with Wayne. They have no idea this is really Undercover Boss. You know who I am?
You're the mayor of Shreveport. I seen you last night on the news.
Yeah. Anything familiar? Voice, goatee.
Oh my gosh.
Now that you brought it up and you're sitting in front of me.
Well, there is no Wayne.
There is no Wayne.
I am Adrian Perkins, the mayor of Shreveport, and you are on Undercover Boss.
Are you serious?
Wow.
I'm shocked. How'd I do?
Coming up,
That's amazing.
the mayor delivers life-changing news.
What? Are you serious?
There's almost not words to explain.
Dylan, I've personally worn a ton of uniforms, and I've put on gear in 100-degree heat, 40, 50 pounds of gear, but that bunker gear, intense.
Intense. It's
Like
hot.
super intense, yeah. If you go out of a fire, you get back from, and you get another call to go out to a fire.
You put that same bunker gear back on, and the carcinogens get in really bad. Cancer is a really bad deal for firemen.
I can't sleep at night with our firemen just, having what they have. I'm already in talks to make sure that we can allocate the funds to where all of our firemen will have at least 2 sets of bunker gear.
Well, that would be amazing.
They're kind of expensive, but that's a priority to me. Signing up to be a fireman to some people is just signing up to fight a fire. But what they encounter on the job are other dangers as well, right?
A lot of the areas we go in are pretty bad off. We've had people pull guns on us, people shoot at us.
The safety aspect is something you shouldn't have to think about. So I've spoken to Clean Harbors. They're an emergency cleanup company, and they really want to help. They're donating $24,000 to put vests in many of the city's fire stations. I gotta have y'all safe.
Absolutely, and that's amazing.
Another thing, your pride and joy is your children?
Absolutely, definitely. Yeah. When you grow up and it's hard, it makes you not want to repeat the cycle.
Your son's favorite football team?
Saints.
How many games have you and him been to?
We have not been to a Saints game yet.
Well, I've reached out to some people about that as well.
Okay.
And we are going to send you and your son to the Saints game.
What?
In New Orleans, provide the hotel, expense free.
That's freaking awesome. He's gonna cry.
That isn't all. I've reached out to some friends, and we want to start a $4,000 college fund for your son and daughter.
That's awesome, thank you very much.
Because clearly they're gonna go to college.
Yes, they're going to college.
Yeah.
They don't have a choice, they're going to college.
The mayor came out, Jack, and he is gonna do an all expense paid trip and go watch the Saints. For real. Jason, it was a privilege to see you interact with our local citizens in your role as a community liaison officer. I've spoken to a company. They have pledged $5,000 to help officers like yourself create and plan events for you guys to really get those touch points, get that engagement. How do you feel about that extra $5,000?
Oh, that's great, sir. Even better for the kids. That's what excites me.
Yeah, and it was clear early in our conversation that your pride and joy in your 2-year-old son.
Oh, yeah. When my son was born, I realized I want to be the best father I could be. So my son literally made me a better man, and that made me a better police officer.
Yeah, he's gonna be very proud of you. He's gonna be very proud of the work that you've done. I called some businesses, and they are going to set up a college fund for your son. We're gonna put in $2,000.
Man, I appreciate that, sir.
Yeah.
Come here, man. I appreciate that. That's my son, that's my heartbeat. So I thought that was wonderful.
Mary, starting off, your tractor, you love that thing.
Yeah.
I want to just thank you because you were very methodical. It showed me how attentive to safety you are. As a boss, that's very good for me to see. So learned a lot about you even in those teaching moments and wanted to thank you for it.
Okay.
You've had a very tough run at things. You talked a little bit about the structure of your house and how it's doing.
The roof needs to be repaired. It's starting to show leak signs and stuff like that. It's a trailer, so you can't get loans to get something simple fixed.
I've spoken to one of our local businesses, Ivan Smith Furniture. They're gonna spend $6,000 not only to repair your roof, but also improving your trailer and providing you new furniture. How do you feel about that?
Stunned, and I don't feel like I deserve it, but.
You definitely deserve this. Another thing that stood out to me was when you talked about college. It seemed like something that you regretted.
Yeah.
Well, Mary, let me tell you, I want to help you with it. And I've spoken to Louisiana State University of Shreveport about you, and they've agreed to grant, free of charge, a 4-year scholarship worth $36,000. How do you feel? Is that good? Is that good for you?
There's almost not words to explain because this does not happen to people like me.
Well, Mary, it should happen to people like you. You're a very valued employee.
I've always believed if you keep trying to trudge along and do the right thing, that good things will happen to you, but they just haven't. And then this happened today. It's almost impossible to put in words. It's just everything.
Coach, you make the resources that you have stretch beyond anything that I would ever imagine sitting in that mayor's seat.
Never been the one that cry and gripe on stuff. You just got to make it happen.
One thing that really made me take a step back to hear that you were using your own money to pay for food for the kids that come to the center. What I'm gonna do with it is we're gonna put more funding in the system so that we can actually adapt to the needs at these centers. with how much food y'all are providing these kids in the day-to-day.
Wow.
How you think that'll work?
Yes, yes. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
I'm super grateful for you and the sacrifices you make for our community, you know, giving up that time at home, giving up your birthday to be there.
God woke me up for that day, so my appreciation is, you know, showing somebody else love. I don't take no days off.
And that's about to change, you not taking time off. I called some friends, a local business, and told them about your story, and they are going to send you all expense paid, luxury vacation, $10,000 with your family.
What?
To wherever you want to go.
Wow. Thank you, Lord. Wow. Excuse me, Mel.
You know, I know we allocate resources that we have. The city can only do so much, but I mean, you are magic with what you do, but we can always do better. So I called our friends at Dick's Sporting Goods Foundation, and what they're going to do is donate $110,000 to build 2 multi-purpose sports fields.
Are you serious?
Right here in Shreveport.
Man, you serious, man? Wow, man. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It blew me away because that's gonna do so much for that community. Gonna change a whole lot of kids' life. And that's the main thing, changing those kids' life.
Going undercover, I had no idea I would learn so much. Our firefighters have to have more protection. Our park workers need to know how valued they are. We need to supply more resources and food at our rec centers and after-school clubs. And we need to do more to get our police force and the community working together. Can I fix these problems? As mayor, I've got to try.